Prepare for enchantment, cause we're back. And this time we're somewhere I've never been before. Descanso Gardens here in Los Angeles, which has been transformed into Enchanted, the Forest of Light. And now that we're armed with hot chocolate, we are ready to dive in. I, for one, am very excited about this event where they transform these botanical gardens with thousands of beautiful lights at Christmas time. I've always wanted to go and never made it before. And apparently, I've been seriously missing out. Dude, look at that. This is amazing! This is stop number 1, flower power. And as you can see, these flowers are very powerful indeed. There must be thousands of these flowers all lighting up in sync together. This is epic. It's like standing on the face of the biggest light bright of all time. Dude, this is the very first thing. Turn a corner and bam, they really hit you right in the face with this one. I feel like I'm already getting too excited. I gotta calm down. Feel the vibes. Get in tune with the mood. Just look at this. This is incredible. This isn't even time-lapse footage. This is real time. Watching these waves of light sweep over the flowers like this is incredible. And as you've no doubt discovered by now, along with me, these lights aren't necessarily all Christmas themed. This Enchanted event just sort of coincides or dovetails with the Christmas season. Well, there may not be any blow-molded Santas out here, but I am not complaining, dude. Look at this. This next part looks like it's going to be amazing. Now, as you can imagine, even with today's camera technology, this looks much better with the naked eye than I could ever convey through a screen, but still. This is so gorgeous looking out here. It shines through. Anyways, this is stop number 2, the rainbow sycamores. And not only are the trees lit up above us, but these color-changing poles are absolutely mesmerizing. What do you think, Allie?
It's so pretty.
I know, right? We should get some of these in our living room.
Sure.
I noticed earlier when people touch them, they actually light up and become even more colorful. They're sort of psychedelic, man. Groovy. It's like something out of Avatar or something. Awesome. This place, Descanso Gardens, is a big botanical garden famous for its use as a filming location for everything from the old Land of the Lost TV show to Legally Blonde, America's Sweethearts, tons of stuff. Which makes it even crazier that I've never been here before. My parents have when I was younger, and it's sort of been on my to-do list for years and years and years. Especially whenever they do any kind of holiday light thing, I'm always like, oh, I've got to go to that. So I am so happy to finally be out here in the flesh. Wow, this is awesome. I can see so many different light displays set up all around me through the trees. It's kind of hard to see, but look at that. There's one way back there. Another one dead ahead with a giant moon that looks epic. And I can see even more along our future path. Oh my gosh. Just look at this. Look at this epic moon pond. I didn't see any kind of name for this, but this is breathtaking. This is like astonishingly pretty. I love all the little lights in the pond here. This might sound weird, but it kind of reminds me of something out of Robin Hood, the Disney one, you know, where Robin Hood and Maid Marian are falling in love and the fireflies are glowing. This is just my favorite thing yet. Moonrise over the enchanted pond. I love it. This is goals. It is hard to imagine how they could top that, but we're not even halfway through this. All right, the next one's called the Starlight. Oh my gosh! Wait, Allie, stop looking. I was gonna say the next one's called the Starlight Garden, but before we even got to it, I noticed the backside of the moon has another incredible water feature view, dude. That is so gorgeous. It is beautiful out here. The only way this could be any better is if there were less people. Because it's a little loud in these type of spots, right? You pull off into the turnout and there can be quite a crowd built up. There's actually quite a lot of people out here now, but it sort of comes and goes in waves. The tickets are timed every 30 minutes, right? So you can come in here between 5 and 5:30. That's our ticket. And then the next one is 5:30 to 6. After that, you can sort of go at your own pace and spend as much time as you want in here, I believe, until it closes. But you can definitely see sort of every hour and on the half that there's another wave of people and it gets a little pinched. Anyway, as my dad would say, that's enough of my yakking. It's time for the Starlight Garden. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is awesome. We've got this whole epic long trellis or arbor or pergola. I think it's a pergola that curves all the way around this big fountain in a semicircle, all decked out with stars and covered in roses. It is absolutely gorgeous, just like you, Allie. The only bad thing is that everything's made with LEDs now, so sometimes there's a weird flicker. I'm sure you might be seeing that, like things will get weirdly dark and bright. Strange. Not many people see that with the naked eye, but I always notice. Just sort of one of those weird things. Look at that beautiful fountain here. Sort of right in the center of that star-lit walkway. Ooh, the mist is coming in now. Sort of softening everything up. Check this out, at the end of that starlit walkway, we have the Starlight Garden featuring the Psychic Village. Ooh. Each of the houses in the village is sort of a funky, transparent, stained glass looking building. Each one different, each one unique. But the cumulative effect of all of them is just awesome. Everything's so trippy. It almost feels like we fell down the rabbit hole and ended up in Wonderland. I mean, there's big houses, little houses. The big houses make me feel like I'm shrinking. The little houses make me feel like I'm growing. Then once you leave the houses, check it out. There's signs everywhere saying, drink me, drink me. And actually, if there was a perfect part of this place to indulge in an adult beverage, I think this might be it. Because this is stop number 4, Lightwave Lake. And check this out, Allie is turning this little steering wheel as the mist rolls in. And it's changing the color of these lights. There's a whole bunch of these. Some of them are buttons. Some of them are these strange steering wheels. And each one of them controls a different light feature on this lake here. Most people keep walking by without even noticing the interactive part. But when you do get enough people stopping and using all the little whirly gigs, it puts on quite a show. Dude, this is awesome. Lightwave Lake. And check this out, look at this. You got a perfect seat for the show over here at the Lightwave Lake Bar. It's weird because the mist keeps coming and going. One minute it looks perfectly clear like this, and then you start looking at the lake for like 3 seconds, and the next thing you know, it's misty as heck. Oh wow, guys, look at that. That is gorgeous. Part of me suspects they're using some sort of fog machine. But even if that's the case, I'm good with it, because the effect is awesome. What do you think, Allie?
So beautiful.
Right? It's not very Christmassy.
Yeah.
Like if you're expecting Christmas lights, you're not going to find them, but I still think it's worth doing, even if it is Christmas season.
Yeah, definitely.
It's also nice because this is one of the only things you can do in LA County without wearing a mask. Ironically, now it's getting so cold out here as the night progresses. I see a lot of people putting their masks on just to warm up their faces. And yes, of course, I mean California cold. Whoa, look at this. This is called the Symphony of Oaks. And this is pretty cool because around each one of these trees in this grove here, they have these little platforms, and if you walk on the lights, they change color. So again, a lot of people are just walking by without noticing. It's meant to be interactive, but if you get enough people doing it at the same time, it must be quite a show. Listen to that. As you step on the different lights, and they change color. It's like a wind chime noise. Makes it sound like a breeze is blowing through the whole forest. Look at this. Well, Allie's having fun. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. Now the forest is lighting up. This is awesome.
I'm putting on a light show. Are you proud of me? Come on, Allie. You, me, and the kids. We're changing everything. We're changing the world.
Woo! Sweet. You get a workout and a show.
Oh, I forgot about the heart thing. Oh, remember your heart, dear. Okay, Edna.
Oh, okay. What's next? Oh, wow.
This next one looks kind of spooky.
It's called the Fantasy Forest. It looks like to get there, you have to pass through this portal. Weird. Do you feel transported, Allie?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of substances or herbal remedies, let's put it that way. But I have to imagine that the people who are probably really like this place. Wow, this is so cool. Just all the lights along the path. The way that the colors keep changing in the forest out here. And over and above all, at the end there, it's just one single chandelier suspended from the trees. And I don't know why, but it just really looks majestic. It draws your attention. No matter where you want to look, everywhere, but your focus just keeps getting drawn back to that. And it's amazing too, because somehow it ends up looking like it's just suspended there. You can't see the rope or the wire from which it's hung. It just looks like magic. Oh, wait a minute, I see. There's a little bit of a magic trick going on here. I'll tell you how they did it at the end. Wow, look at this. It's the prison of the Fantasy Forest. It's like a giant bird cage for people. Sweet. Well, they don't look unhappy about it. It's a fun prison. A prison of fun. Just like my basement.
What?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. Wow. All I can say is wow. I think I might need a thesaurus for Christmas because I want to just keep saying, dude, look at that. It's amazing, it's astounding, it's wonderful, it's awe-inspiring, it's thrilling, tantalizing, exciting, mystifying, and yet comforting. There's no way I can talk about it without it sounding at least somewhat cliche or repetitive, but I can't help it. Each new scene just blows me away. It's like right when I think I've seen the best, most impressive thing and used up all my big adjectives, there comes another scene. Blowing my mind. I mean, how do you describe something so magical? The cold air out here, the strange music, beautiful lights. It's like trying to describe what it feels like to be in love. There's just nothing to compare it to. I think this particular section is my favorite so far, though, because there's all these funky little paths you can walk down instead of just one main path. So you get a little more space and a little more, I don't know, a little more atmosphere, you know? What an amazing place. I'm really glad we got to do this together.
Me too.
All right, I guess we can't linger in the Fantasy Forest forever. Eventually, we've got to move on. Looks like now we're coming up on number 7. The Luminous Lawn. Dude, look at this. This is weird. Check this out.
Kind of reminds me of Epcot.
Yeah, this looks like something they would totally have at Epcot, like maybe at Flower and Garden or Food and Wine, you know, or the Arts Festival. Look at these glowing benches and these giant funky lawn lampshades.
These are cool.
These are cool, but there's just something about them that makes me think Euro. This is amazing. It's like, I don't know, something you would get at Target in the future. Look at this. This is incredible. There's all these benches and lights over here, and then on the far lawn, there's even more of them interspersed with these strange, glowing mystery objects. Ooh, the music over here is getting a little funky, a little tribal. Yeah, it makes me want to like take off my pants and run around. Connect with my inner mammal. Whoa, these vibes are crunchy, bro. No, but seriously, look at this. This is gorgeous. Epic. This is sort of what I imagine Jeff Bezos' backyard would look like. You know what I mean? Weird. But awesome. This is cool because some of these structures out here on the lawn are so big, you can actually fit whole families inside of them. Not to mention all the funky rave spotlights you could wish for. That is a pretty neat effect, dude. Gorgeous. What was this called? The Luminous Lawn or something? I forgot to mention this is actually the perfect place for lots of lawn furniture. It's a good picnic area because this picnic area is perched right adjacent to one of the many snack bars out here. They've got lots of drinks, and check out the sweets. Oh, fudge. Only I didn't say fudge. Someone dropped their passport holder on the ground. It was full of money and their passport and their credit cards. Luckily, it was Allie that found it, so it made its way back to the snack bar. So if you lost a passport out here, that's where to look. All right, time to move on to our last few locations. The Ancient Forest Pixel Grove, and at some point, the Garden of Good Fortune. It's kind of hard to identify what's what at this point. There are fewer signs, but I'm guessing this could be Pixel Grove. I mean, there is a giant trippy screen right there with one heck of a funky disco ball, but not too many trees, so maybe it's just Pixel Amphitheater. It would be kind of funny if all these people were sitting here in this amphitheater staring up at this fancy screen, and it turned out that it was just a screensaver. Good spot for silhouette pictures, though. I'm not sure, but we might still be in the Luminous lawn. We might be trapped in the Luminous lawn forever. Wait. It's a sign right here. And it says the ancient forest is that way. Oh, guess that wasn't the Pixel Grove. It was just a screensaver after all. I'm starting to slur my words because my lips are getting cold. Whoa, okay, hang on. We got a mood changer, dude. I know it'll be difficult for you guys to tell, but it is much darker in this area. And it has a much different vibe. This is awesome. It's so impressive. You can hear each group as they hit the ancient forest. It starts to speak in hushed and reverent tones, except for one guy occasionally cackling. This is stunning. It's amazing the difference a couple of blue lights and millions of little green laser beams can make. Ellie, watch out, there's a laser in the back of your head. Oh, close one. Whew, I just saved your life. Wow, this is unbelievable. And the cool part is, it just keeps getting better and better. Oh, I guess that wasn't even the ancient forest yet. According to this sign, we're only just now entering the ancient forest. And you can tell because you can hear the ancient forest soundtrack. Wow. Dude, look at this. This is wonderful. You know what this reminds me of? I don't know why I didn't think of this before. This is a lot like the Villains Grove experience at DCA during the Oogie Boogie Bash, just without the villains. And the Halloween theming, of course. This doesn't feel spooky so much as majestic. Hear all those amazing sound effects? They definitely add to the mood. I was just thinking they remind me of the prehistoric gardens on the Oregon-California border up in the Redwoods. Except for up there, they wouldn't be coming out of speakers. They're all natural. Ooh. That is amazing. One, I kind of wish now that we had bought tickets for more than just this one night. Two, I also kind of wish now that we lived a lot closer to Descanso Gardens. Because if I could, I would love to come and check this out every night. Seriously, this is amazing. If I owned a chunk of forest, this is what I would inevitably do to it. I guess you'd end up having to change a lot of light bulbs, but it would be totally worth it. Totally worth it. Dude, now that I brought up prehistoric gardens, I cannot get that out of my head, right? Doesn't it feel like we're gonna see like giant life-size dinosaurs around any corner?
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Okay, I just realized we've been here much longer than I thought. It's already Mickey Mouse o'clock. Time to pick up the pace and head on to Pixel Grove. Wow. Again, kind of what I imagine Jeff Bezos, or maybe in this case, Bill Gates' backyard to look like. Like if Bill Gates owned an apple orchard or something. I think there's a little bit of a breeze blowing away the mist. I think it's meant to be even mistier than this. That would definitely make it look crazier, but it's pretty impressive even as is. I think I prefer the ancient forest, but Pixel Grove is neat. Pixel Grove is pretty cool, I guess. Kind of reminds me of an old song. We met in a chat room, now we're lost and truly blue. But I still love technology, always and forever, always and forever. Alright, pixels are cool, but I got enough pixels on my phone. But I could really use, what with Allie's surgery coming up and with the heart monitor still glued to me and all these things, is some good fortune. So we're gonna leave Pixel Grove and head to the Garden of Good Fortune. I'm gonna tell you right now, I already like this a heck of a lot better. This one is set up in Descanso Gardens Japanese Garden, a place I have always wanted to see. I love Japanese gardens. The one at the Huntington Library and Gardens, which isn't that far away, is one of my favorite places in Southern California. It's gorgeous. Both of these Japanese gardens were used during the filming of Memoirs of a Geisha, which I really liked. I don't think Allie has seen it yet, right? You still haven't seen that movie somehow. I know people had quibbles with the book for some reason, but aesthetically speaking, it's a brilliant movie. Gosh, this is pretty. I knew the lights weren't all Christmas themed, right? Like I knew they weren't Christmas lights with Christmas music, but I really did mean for this to be a more Christmassy activity. Definitely ties in with Christmas, you know, colorful lights at night, cold weather, hot cocoa, fudge snacks. But they really could and maybe should do this all year long, because there's surprisingly very little Christmas to it. Anyway, now hopefully some of the good fortune of the garden has rubbed off on us, because I believe any minute now this place will be closing. We've actually already been here for 4 hours. If you're gonna come out here, I definitely recommend the earlier start times for your tickets, because if you're anything like me, you are going to want to wander and wander this place and never leave it. It is that worth doing. Don't you think so, Allie?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you do this again next year and the year after?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, wouldn't you do this again tomorrow night if we could?
Yeah.
This is awesome. Sadly, my friends, it is in fact time to go. I know this isn't quite our normal routine run-of-the-mill adventure. It's a little less hyperactive for starters, and it's just such a different vibe out here. Far fewer rides and smaller crowds than your typical theme park adventure. Yet too much theming and too many people to be our typical middle of nowhere adventure. But even still, we had a blast coming and we had a blast sharing it with you. And now, my friends, we've seen it all. All that's left to do is grab one more round of hot cider and hot chocolate, and for you to check out our sick merch and all the other links down below. And we'll all have done our duty. We can all go home and sleep well. I promised I'd tell you how they did the floating chandelier with no rope. Once you come a little further down the path and scoot to the side of it, you can see it's actually suspended up on a pole. So during the entire approach to the main entranceway, it looks like it's floating, but in reality, it's supported from underneath. It's an illusion. Sleep well. Sleep well. Sleep well. Oh, I'm in a glass case of emotion! Baxter! The man on the bridge! I hit him with a burrito! Oh, Vanessa! Everyone should call her Vanessa!
Oh no, that's not my name!
Vanessa Potter!
What are you doing?
I'm cold. I gotta stamp my feet.